Welcome back to the 21 and 21 series and this segment on trust. Trust is the repeatable promise action nexus in a societal context. I wanted to highlight the most trusted professions before and after the pandemic. Note that nurses and physicians have been at the top for about 20 years. The importance of teachers became clear. I do want to add that engineers have been within the top 5 for the past 20 years as well. This comparison does not list them. They were number 3 in late 2019. Integrity of, confidence in, and reliance on is, in my view, what is trustworthiness. We're back to the what was old is new again department. Sir Tim Berners-Lee, the discoverer of the World Wide Web, published his thesis on knowledge graphs and the semantic web. About the same time, his World Wide Web became to be commercialized in the mid-1990s. This process led to the top of the pyramid and to the question, what constitutes proof and trust? The adage then about don't trust anything you see on the web is as fresh as now as it was then, when the first web page was published. The funny thing that another adage, trust but verify, is an old Russian proverb. Sir Tim first documented this relationship from the protocol layer to their configurations of systems, to the management of that configuration, to data schemas, and to the context of query engines, to the ontological models and their rules to applications, distribution, and its logic. It is the tagging, annotation, and logging of the metadata and its data along the stack that defines the proof point. Distributable identity management and entity resolution, their encryption and transport constitutes the proof which builds trust and therefore society. A quick note on ToIP, or Trust over IP. This became an official W3C standard process as part of the decentralized ID, or DID, in late 2020, around the time when the world realized that the internet was an essential utility with the same trust and protection process for electricity and water. Canada and New Zealand are a couple of countries leading the charge. As an example, your wallet has ID cards. It is the sovereign ID holder, and you are the sovereign. The cards within are loaned by credential authorities, aka the issuer, and verified by various other trusted authorities, say the TSA when you fly. When you reach utility status, like electricity and water, any protocol layer should also have policy and governance level interoperability with data protection and privacy. I will talk about GDPR and consent soon. For the technical side of the fence, the decentralized ID is signed, issued and maintained by a public ledger by the issuer of that identity. It is the verification process that requires some level of blockchain for proof and distributed root of trust. The technology stack started with a hyperledger, but works with other blockchain architectures. Vaccine and medication credentials are an interesting use case, of course, with privacy boundaries. As we barrel into the area of automated digital ID systems and various types of distributed trust, it is critical to understand the role of bias and privacy. Humans are biased creatures, especially when it comes to exponential growth and algorithms. AI model validation remains a challenge at scale. Race is a human invention. There are over 180 cognitive biases. We each have more than our fair share within each of us. Causal inference is based on observability and governance. The United States Constitution does not have the word privacy in it, but does have the word happiness. There is no federal privacy law in the US. GDPR seems to be the standard bearer for the right to be left alone and the right to be forgotten. All of this affects business and functional risk. As we yearn for and build complex automation, cybersecurity, risk, and trust will become the critical path in the months and years to follow. Thank you for taking this little journey with me on episode 2 of 21 and 21. Looking forward to see you again soon, sometime soon.